All right, today's discussion, good diabetic and bad diabetic. If you've been type 1 for any amount of time, these are phrases that have probably been thrown at you, whether by your endo, friends, family, strangers. Many things trigger this. So for me, I've got the diabetes tattoo on the wrist, my medical alert, and it almost never fails. If I go to buy donuts, a candy bar, whatever, somebody is like, "You're diabetic. You can't eat that. You must be a bad diabetic." Well, my A1C is actually pretty good, so no, I'm not a bad diabetic. I'm not a good diabetic. I'm just diabetic. That's all there is to it. You know, circumstances happen. We all deal with life. So on top of dealing with chronic illness, life's going to throw you curveballs nonstop. Good example. Last weekend, took the kids out to the zoo. So in the hustle and bustle, trying to get ready before, the heat got to the point where it was unbearable, trying to get the kids out the door, get dressed, get ready, put the little one's hair in a ponytail and all that good stuff, and get my son ready. I forgot to take my long-lasting insulin. So for those that are still on MDI, you can understand this greatly. Or if you were on a pump of some sort and you switch back to MDI, getting used to that routine again, it just sucks. So I forget to take my long-lasting insulin, and I don't remember until we're at the zoo, and I've already been there for about 2.5 hours, and it's lunchtime, and I start feeling like trash. I check my blood sugar. I'm sitting around 356, and I'm like, oh, geez. Then on top of it, I realized I left my insulin in the car. So luckily, I always carry an ice pack with me, so it stayed fairly cool, but there's always the worry that the car gets too hot and the insulin's ruined and just chaos ensues. So run out to the car, grab insulin, take it to counteract where my blood sugar's at, the food that I did not bolus for before eating, so I had to do that as well. Now, everybody else would be like, "Oh yeah, you're a horrible diabetic. I can't believe you would do that." Well, for those people, you don't understand life. You don't understand that things happen. We make mistakes. We goof up. Now, if you're doing that on a continuous basis, start writing your stuff down. Find a plan, find a routine, something that works well. Do that, and avoid the randomness that can happen. For me, I've got an alarm set on my phone. Every morning after I wake up, it says, "Hey, take your insulin." Sometimes I need that reminder, especially when I've got the kids. Like, just all chaos ensues when they're here. Not that it's bad, but anybody who's a parent understands nothing goes as planned when there's kids involved. Nothing goes as planned when there's pets involved. Nothing goes to plan when life is involved. So set those little reminders. There's no such thing as a bad diabetic. There's people who don't have it together yet. There's people who have it together great. My other side to it is the good diabetic. The people who want to post their glorious A1Cs, not saying that you're not a good diabetic, but if you've got a 5.7 A1C and your blood sugar hovers, all the time between your 300s and 40s, and you got a 5.7 because that's just the average of it, you're not a good diabetic. The people who will only share their good numbers, get out of here with that garbage. Like, show the real life. Show you. That's what people want to see, is they want to see realness. They don't want to see that, oh, everything's happy-go-lucky, because we all know that living with type 1, there's those days that put you just down in the dirt, and it's tough to get up from. So for those that only want to show the good stuff, hey, great. I'm glad you have amazing days. Those are wonderful. And trust me, I like posting when I have a great day, but be real with everybody else at the same time. Show when you're having that day that you forgot your insulin. You know, you took your injection 2 hours late. You forgot to bolus and you bolused late, so your blood sugar spiked. It happens. Anybody who's going to ridicule you over that, simple, block them. Who cares? You don't need people like that in your life bringing you down. You need to bring positive people into your life. The ones who are going to support you through the true highs and lows of dealing with type 1. So, guys, there's no such thing as a good diabetic or a bad diabetic. It's a mentality. If that's the mentality you're in, that you're a bad diabetic, let's chat it out. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out a game plan to get you back on track so your mentality is better about yourself and your diabetes. The better your mentality is, truly, the better your number become, because you get into a routine, you get consistent, and going along with that, it can help make your blood sugars a little more consistent as well. So anybody who's going to say anything to you about good diabetic, bad diabetic, A, they need an education. B, they're dealing with their own stuff that they're trying to hide behind by calling you out on your own. So pay them no attention. Do what you're doing. Live the best life that you have. So guys, if you have any questions, as always, leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe. We're going to be doing more videos as time goes on and talking about the real issues within type 1 diabetes, within the community, all aspects of it. So any ideas that you have, definitely drop those down in the comments below. If you need help with anything, always reach out. Here for you to the best of my ability with what I can do by myself. So guys, love you to death. Always stay up, and until there's a cure, there's community.